Welcome to Small Business Stories. He is Quentin Durr. I am Mike Downhour. This is being presented by Louisiana Catalyst and the Monroe Chamber. With us today, man, there's some trashy guys. It's the Trash Guys. It is Jordan Powell. It is Trey McLemore. Guys, welcome to the Chamber Story here.
Thank you for having us.
Glad to have you on.
Man, talk to us about the Trash Guys. I mean, where'd you come from? What are you doing? Talk to us about that.
Man, I'm from West Monroe, Louisiana, and graduated in 2013 from West Monroe High School, and started my career got out of high school, went to selling cars, and then went and did some entrepreneurial stuff for some other guys up in Arkansas, spraying mosquitoes, and then came back home, managed Little Cedars for a little bit, went to the oil field, thought that was,
Changed your mind real quick too, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I got laid off in 2020, and that's where it all began. I got laid off and was home for roughly 6 months, and in that 6 months I had my 4-year-old now, and we were sitting there wondering where the next paycheck was coming from.
Yeah.
And man, my partner Dylan started the racetrack out there at at the Revolution Park.
Yes.
And put dirt on it. It was supposed to be a couple night races, and needed some help parking cars. And there were so many people coming out there that he needed help to get the people in the parking lot. So I just went out there to go help a friend. And long story short, and shortly after, man, the Trash Guys came up, and that was in September. And by November 1st is when I met Quentin at a ribbon cutting, and
Right.
we started from there.
Trey, tell us your background story.
Monroe boy, graduated from Ouachita in 08.
Go Lions.
You've called a few of my
Yes, I
football
have.
games
Yes,
back in
I
the day. And played a little college baseball after that. After a few injuries, came right back into the family business. You know, Dad's been a garbage name in this community for almost 30 years. So grew up with it. You know, it's something I've been a part of for my whole working career, really. And just here recently, past 6 months, we've had some changes coming up, and I've known Dylan for over a decade. His wife and my wife are good friends, and it just kind of...
Now this Dylan guy you guys speak of, you act like we all know who it is. Oh wait, we do. It's Dylan Scott, the singer. Talk to us about Dylan, y'all, how you three came together to become the Trash Guys that are trashy. Talk to us about that.
Yep. So Dylan and I have been, rocking hard for the last 4 years, and it's a tough business. I mean, there's no doubt about it. It's early mornings, late nights, and you don't stop till the trash gets picked up. And I've been by myself down here, operating, by myself, initially for the last 4 years. And we knew to take it to the next level, we needed somebody that could, help us get there. And there was nobody else other than Trey himself that could do it. Grew up in it, knows what's going on, knows what the expectations are, and that's how we brought them on.
Now you guys have started small and you have grown. Let's talk a little bit about commercial and residential pickup.
Yep. So the residential side, we're real heavy in West Monroe. We've got a huge presence in West Monroe, and the Sterlington, Monroe, North Monroe areas also starting to pick up as well. And the commercial side is his expertise. That's where we've brought him on. So I'll let him discuss the commercial side.
Yeah, that's commercial side's a baby. It's new, but man, we've got a good reputation in this community. Between the three of us, the heads of this deal, we've got a lot of connections, a lot of time and sweat equity put into this market to where at this point we're growing pretty steadily, and we're really kind of waiting our time on some contracts to end, and this thing's gonna just continue to skyrocket out of here pretty quickly commercially.
Yeah, y'all talked about the equity, but I don't think people realize when you say this, the sweat equity is literally the sweat equity.
Yep.
I remember I think last week catching off the landfill, and it was both of y'all driving the truck.
Absolutely.
How has that been from an owner-operator standpoint? Like, what advantages do you feel that's given you? And moving forward, how do you plan to kind of leverage that to continue that service that you are known for?
From my standpoint, you got to be the employee before you can hire the employee, because you don't really. I'm not experienced, so I don't know what my expectations should be for my employees until I do the job.
Right.
And if I can do it, then I know that you can do it. I'm not going to ask them to do anything that I haven't done myself. And I do it day in and day out. So before we ever hire a driver on the commercial side, him and I are going to get familiar with it and know what, our expectations should be for the clients. Train someone, to, do exactly what the client wants.
Right.
And so that's where we see the benefit there.
And to provide the quality service that we're separating ourselves with, that requires that on our part. We've got to put in, I want to know exactly what that customer wants, and I want to be able to provide it. And whenever it grows big enough where I got to hire somebody, I've been the guy doing it, so I know exactly what every customer that I'm servicing, I know what they want in their service, and nobody's going to get that with anybody else.
And Trey, that's what I appreciate the most about
Yeah.
something like that is it's not somebody sitting on some 8th floor of a bank building trying to
Yeah.
tell you what to do and how. You've been there, you've done that, and you work side by side with these guys. So that is a good, true way to build that business. For, let's just say, some young kids that are looking out the window when you guys are coming by to pick up trash, tell us give us a little storyline of where this trash goes. What happens to this trash?
So after
They go and they put it in a can,
Yep.
they roll it out to the street, and then what?
Yep. So we got guys that start 4 a.m. We've got 2 guys that ride on the back of the truck, a guy driving the truck, and they'll come by, dump the trash in the truck. We haul everything to the Union Parish landfill. I live in Union Parish. It's where my business is. So I want to give back to Union Parish because they helped me whenever I got started, and I'm a firm believer that they got me to where I am, and I'm going to continue to bring that money and keep it here locally.
Very, very good. That's good to hear that. Talk to us more about the Monroe Chamber. You guys, are members now, and how can the community join in with what you guys are doing?
Absolutely. So, we would love to have, anything from residential, commercial jobs, the residential, the residential, we have commercial sized dumpsters that we can drop off for a weekend if you want to do a spring cleaning, anything, we have any means of trash haul off. Anything that you have, we can get rid of it as long as it's not hazardous. We can get rid of anything now. So it's important that, you can call us now, and you don't have to call a corporate company to get that stuff taken care of now. You can get someone local, and the 2 of us can handle it.
And I'll ask both of you too. Residential, commercial. What do you wish people would just stop doing? How can we make your job easier?
A little less trash use.
Seriously,
How can we-
trash is good. That's their, that's trash is cash. Right?
No, so to follow up what he said, not to give so much trash. That's where we grew, is because we will take the trash beside the trash can. We've got competitors that have, the claws, which are, great saving on man hours, but people still have Amazon boxes. 2024, everything's getting shipped to your house. You've got to get rid of those boxes, and that's where we have really took it to the next level, and we're still doing, riding on the back. And we have no plans of changing that. That's who we are. That's how we grew, and we've heard the complaints from the customers, and we're turning around and we're actively, if we hear a complaint, we fix it, and then we try to navigate our business that way.
Yeah.
Trey?
It costs dumb, but it's picking up trash is a simple job, and this community. Not name calling, but we've got some corporate competitors in here that have way overcomplicated this business for local, homeowners and businesses. It's the home stuff, like you said. If you got an Amazon box beside your trash can, it shouldn't be a big deal to get it picked up. That's not it's not that complicated. The truck's gonna crush it up, and the commercial side, the area has such a stronghold on small local businesses with contract issues. A lot of these people, they don't even know they were in a contract.
Right.
No, I'm not in a contract. Never signed anything. Oh my God, I'm in a 5-year deal. Where'd that come from? And it's one thing if it's a city or a big business, the paper mill. These big organizations, you expect a long contract and all attorneys are involved, and it's a good deal for both parties. But the small guy that's got a small restaurant, and he can't control his price because in his contract it states that they can go up on their price whenever they want, and he can't get out of the contract without an act of Congress, written letters, and within a certain time frame. And man, it should, especially for our small market, it should not be shouldn't be that big of a deal. It's not that complicated, you know, and that's what we want to be, the most convenient, the most local, you know, the most easy accessible. You know.
Friendly and good looking too. Go ahead and say it.
Yeah, we want to be all things trash to everybody, man, especially in this local area. I mean, we grew up here. We want to see this area thrive, and we want to take headache off of people at an honest price. And if you got a problem, you're going to call an owner.
Yeah.
You're going to talk to me. You're not
We're
going to
gonna
talk.
fix it.
You're not going to talk to an automated deal, and you're not going to be put on hold for 30 minutes and take 5 days to call you back. You're going to get in touch with me, and I'm going to fix the problem. And that's something this area, you know, it still has a need for, and we want to provide that.
I'm gonna throw you a curveball here. There's a lot of talk, especially in the bigger cities, about recycling. Is that something you guys are even interested in? Is that even competition to what you do?
It is not. It wouldn't be competition to us because the new recycle systems. We actually looked on Dad's side about 10 years ago at doing something like that. A group of investors had gotten together, and the state was actually going to fund about 70% of it. And what it would do essentially, it would put the landfills just about out of business because the new systems garbage trucks can just dump onto, and conveyor belt spreads it all out, separates it automatically.
I see. I did not know.
And everything that's biodegradable goes to the end, hits an incinerator, and creates fuel for the town. I mean, there's areas that they'll reuse that fuel, and it'll power half the grid for the town. You know, so I'm never going to say never. You never say never.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a big undertaking, and it would take some people with a lot of money to make it happen. But it's it would not hurt us, and it would help the community.
Yeah. I do appreciate y'all with, you know, it's easy to get trash pickup when you're in the city, but those outer rural areas, I knew for years, being on like the lake, you couldn't get service. So being able for y'all to offer that, you know, even just outside of Monroe and West Monroe, but into the rural parishes, how has that challenge been trying to cover? Because, you know, the bigger companies obviously didn't do it. What allowed y'all to be able to do that?
Well, in the beginning, I was running around a pickup truck and a trailer. So that's how I started, was with a dump trailer. And, you know, once we started, we knew that those people needed it and they wanted it. I mean, most of our clients in Union Parish specifically is elderly people, people that don't have, you know, the means to be able to go down 5 miles to the dumpster. So that being an option and they helped me get to where I am today. And so I can't take that service away. Even though it didn't plan out and do what we wanted it to do, I'm not going to take that away. We've gotten a little small 8-yard truck. It's a little Zuzu that gets great fuel mileage. It's a garbage truck, and we can also use it in Monroe, West Monroe, on little small rural routes there too. But that's how, you know, we did it. Those big corporations don't, you know, they're not looking to go get, you know, a few hundred people in Union Parish. I'm interested because I know it's a need, and I'm interested to do anything that's a need and we can help. So.
Yeah, no, look, and I appreciate it because it's truly are the true owner operator. I mean,
Absolutely.
from when we first met, it was you and Dylan, and then, like I said, a couple weeks ago, popped in at the landfill, and both y'all were in the truck. I appreciate you letting me ride. You know, taking a break.
Yeah.
They got a brand new trash truck. I believe rumor might be from what I've seen on social media. Maybe Gertie maybe has a name. I don't know.
Oh,
Gertie.
Gertie.
You have to check Gertie out.
I have to.
But it's a pretty nice rig they got. So. But yeah, we appreciate y'all investment. You
Absolutely.
know, it's a trashy job, but somebody's got to do it.
Somebody's got to do it, and we're here to do it.
We've seen what you've done in the last 4 or 5 years. What about the next 4 or 5?
It's going to be big. It's going to be real big. Having Trey, I mean, this is a new deal for us. This has been, what, a month and a half that we've been together. And in the last month, we've done a lot of things.
So he's carrying his weight.
Oh, yes, 100%. Yeah, he's taking a lot of burden off of myself. Just being able to bounce ideas with people all day long. I mean, Dylan's on the road a lot. He was up late at night, and you know, I need those 11 o'clock phone calls to get me out of the hump. And he's my 11 o'clock phone call guy. I can talk to Dylan around 2 or 3 whenever he's up and rolling. So it helps me a lot to be able to focus on you know, making sure we provide the best customer service that we possibly can all day, every day. So.
What about a crazy story? I mean, everybody's got a crazy story,
Yep.
whether it's from commercial or residential.
Yep.
Tell me one.
So I'm not on the residential side. I wouldn't say a crazy story, but my employees. I've got some of the absolute craziest guys. The group of guys that I have just keep me on my toes. When we've got a picture, or we got a board my guys created, it's in the shop, it's called, the Board of Misfits. And they print out pictures of just, if you throw away a wig, they'll put the wig on, take a picture. You throw away, they're not digging for it, but it's right there in front of them. They're right on the back of the trash. That's a wig. But just anything, and they just dress up in Halloween costumes, and these guys put, like they'll find,
that would be great.
They find little teddy bears, like Winnie the Pooh or whatever. And like at one point, it was like all of the a bunch of different Disney characters, and kids love it. There's Winnie the Pooh, there's there's Tiger, Tigger, so they absolutely love it. So that's, I wouldn't say it's real crazy, but the crazy ones are real crazy, and I'm going to leave those for another time.
Because I passed one of the trucks today. Was there a teddy bear strapped to the front of it?
Yes, to the hood, to the grill. These guys do that all on their own. Yep, each one of them have a theme, and that kind of kicked off the LSU truck that I did. It's got the Tiger print. It's all LSU. I'm a huge LSU fan, so definitely wanted to show my pride there and put that back. I thought it was cool. We're in Louisiana and they'll not have it. If you hadn't seen it, you ought to go check that one out. It's pretty cool.
How do we find out more about you guys? Social media, website?
Yeah. So anywhere. I mean, we got Facebook, we've got TikTok, we've got Instagram, and then our website. TrashGuysLA.com. So.
Now, before we go, are we ever going to get a Dylan Scott jingle for the Trash Guys?
So if you go to our Facebook, we have had one. It ain't recent. It was when we first started, but there is a jingle, and you've got to check it out.
We may have to bring that up.
Yes, we will. Maybe play it right at the end here.
It's awesome. Yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Trey, any final thoughts about your whole month and a half with the company here?
Man, I'm excited. It's a breath of fresh air being, with like-minded dudes that are trying to grow up something bigger than we can imagine, and kind of like you said, being able to bounce ideas off and have that vision for the future is going to be the difference, and that's really going to catapult us to where we want to take this thing. And I've been grateful for the opportunity and the partnership, and I can't imagine. I'm excited, but I can't imagine where we're going to be 3 or 4 years from now. I mean, going to be unrecognizable from where we're at right now, and it's already pretty good. So.
That is absolutely amazing. Man, we're glad you guys stopped by. Glad to have you as members of the Chamber. Can't wait to do some events and some special things with you.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
All right. So Trey, Jordan, Quentin, Mike, that's been Small Business Stories. We appreciate you tuning in.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks.